Welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode we install the dashboard and the instrument panel. We make sure things are working as best we can, and we go from there. Thanks for the thought on the pop-up headlight. We'll have another go with that in a little while, but not just yet. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching. We're going to start today with an unboxing. And this is someone took pity on me. Could see how much trouble I was going to have with the instrument panel and offered to take a look at it for me and fix it up as best they could. So they've gone through and made sure that all of the instruments actually do work on it, and that the connections at the back are good, and all of that kind of stuff. They also had to go out and get some more bulbs and things, and so they've included the spares with me. So let's have a look at what we've got here. So So this is going to need some further work still, because I need to I've got a new screen for it, which is here, new to me, but Chris has, and I need to work through and fix some of these bits. For example, here I need a better fixing. I'm going to leave this one as is. You can see it, but I'm not too fussed. I might put a piece in here just to fix that. But Chris has checked all of the instruments, and you can see that he's done a lot of work on the back here, making sure all of this is working, and I am delighted. So I'm going to show you some photos and a little bit of video he sent me, just to show you the work he went through. But a big thank you to Chris for the help.
Hi Henry, just to let you know, this is the clock from the unit, and as you'll see, it is working. The second hand is going around nicely, and I'm running it off 12 volts, and I've got it connected there. I've taken off the cover, taken the screws out, and just to clean it out inside, and you can see the little mechanism in there is actually turning. If I get my trusty torch, I might be able to shine a bit more light on it for you. There, inside there, and there's a little coil inside which a transistor switches on and off, or provides switches the voltage on to actually get the thing to swing and back and forth, and that mechanism obviously is all calibrated and adjusted to give you your time, and there's a setting on top to actually advance or retard the speed, but not that matters. So I've got it running off a power supply of mine, which, as you can see, it's on about 12. Let's take it down to set it to 12 volts. Not sure if that's too bright or whatever. But you can see, look, I've got it set to 200 milliamps. It's not drawing any current at all. In fact, I could probably drop that down to about, you know, even down to about 9 milliamps. That's 0.09 of an amp. So I mean, she's still running. It really takes next to nothing in current. This thing, the only current it will take is when the transistor switching. There's only one transistor in there. That's why it says on there it's a transistor. If you can see it. What I'll do is I'll get this back into the unit, and I will put it all back. And as you can see there, I've started rebuilding the dash and the clock. That's where the clock sits. Inside there, you've got a lot of you've got the clips which actually screw into the. You've got a little P clip, if you like, with the metal sprung bit on the end, and that's what the posts on the thing, this one and the other one, actually push into, and then they're actually screwed down. As you can see, I've used Phillips screws for replacing these. All the gauges work magnetically. Need to check them electrically once to get the membrane sorted, but I wanted to get everything in situ, all cleaned up, and the membrane's all cleaned up, and yeah. And as you can see there, I've cleaned all of those up, especially with the connections are to the membrane. So the membrane pads have been cleaned with the plates, so underneath you've got a nice, clean, good connection. One thing I have noticed on the dials is that you've got a speckled effect. There you can see it almost looks like it's been rained on. Now I've cleaned this up with a very mild soapy alcohol, and I cannot get rid of that effect. That's actually come through the metal into the paint, so it's blemished. I can't get rid of that. A certain amount on the voltmeter, but not too bad. The rev counter is all pretty nice and good, and such is the odometer with speedo, and a few little marks here and there, but nothing to write home about. And the temperature gauge all works nicely. Incidentally, you can transpose the temperature gauge with the fuel gauge. So if you ever had a problem and you just wanted to see if it's something to do with the membrane or something, you can always swap these over and see if the fault moves or stays. But there you go. So that's it. Oh, I've got the centerpiece out, that's all cleaned, and I've just got all the new bulbs for it now. As you can see, there's a few there missing. Incidentally, where you've got your choke, that says choke on it. I'm sure if I put the light on it, hang on a sec, let's have a look. No, it says oxygen sensor, which sits there inside the dash, and on the back is you don't have a lamp for that because it's not needed. You don't see it on the dashboard. But this is obviously the choke light here. So let's put that in. See if I can. I won't do it so bright this time. There, that's the choke, as you can see, and that sits in there. So, and all these do is they just sit in like so, and then when the black faceplate goes in, they will sit against that with these rubber standoffs there, giving it a bit of yeah. So that's an oxygen sensor, would be used for the the USA market, which we don't have, and it might be something to do with the induction, etc. So that in a nutshell is pretty much it. I'm in two minds whether to put the new glass on or whether you should keep it pristine for when you're ready to actually finish the dash, especially if you're going to be doing some more repairs to the plastic. But yeah, I'm so chuffed that your clock's working. Obviously I've got to test it when it's back in the dash, but yeah, that is an added bonus. Sometimes if I switch the power supply output off so it stops, and I let the voltage go down to 0, so she'll end up stop swinging. Let's just do that while I'm here. So she's dropped down to about there, so she's stopped now. Now when I kick the supply back on, as if you've had your battery disconnected, she just comes to a halt there, which is rather annoying. See there, she's not turning now, and I've got the 12 volts on. So I'm thinking, will that ever go? So if I turn it off and increase it to about 12.5, let's put it to 13 volts, say you had a healthy battery, I think that initial oomph of voltage would be enough to create the initial swing. Let's have a look. It's on 13 volts now, bang. She's not. No, but if you see, this is the thing with these, if I give it a little tweak so she starts to swing, there you go, see how she started to swing? And I think that is that's down to wear on the mechanism, which is a shame really, but once it's running it will continue to run. So if you've got a decent battery in your car, your clock should always run even with the ignition off. Alright Henry, so that's an update for today. I should get the thing finished later on this evening or earlier on tomorrow. All the best for now, and Happy New Year!
Right, so the only things I've got a new screen. I'm not going to try to fix all of this, but what I am going to try to fix, first of all this, so that I can connect it up. So I'm going to file this down flat. I've got a new bit of plastic which I'm just going to weld into place, and then I'm going to drill out a bit of a hole like this. It won't be exactly the same, but maybe I should think about trying to do it with sides and stuff. I might think about that whilst I'm doing the other bits, in fact. So there's that, and then underneath where I'll start, I've got this piece which I made just the perfect size to fit in there, but it actually needs to fit. Oh yikes, don't do that. It actually needs to fit here. So I'll need to just file that down a bit. And then this piece I'm going to just cut out and weld in like that. So I think we'll start by getting out my little fake Dremel. We'll cut this bit out and start by welding that in place. And then we get to see how much too big I got and made it. Now that was meant to be a joke, bloody hell. Okay, good. Right, so how are we going to do this now, Henry? Well done. So I think if we just get this side in, and we can push it down and weld in the next bit. So I'll get out the welder now. Oh, was any of that in the screen? Okay, that seems strong, so I'll live with that for now. and I'll gonna file this bit down until I get it fitting in here. So I've got that bit in place now. I'm just gonna weld that into position. Right, so it's possible I haven't made this one thick enough. I'll wait for it to dry and see what it looks like. That's that. So that will just leave us with this one up here. So I'm going to need to straighten this off. Alright, this can be harder to hold in place. I need to think about this. Having trouble here. And that's the trouble. It's sticking to the tweezers. Now let's leave that to dry, to cool, so that it gets a bit tougher, and we can look at it again. In the meantime, yeah, that one's gone solid now. So I need to drill a hole in here to match this. I'll need to solidify this one up, and then we're okay. Anyone doing this, make sure you put this in here before you fit the rest of the dash. So that's got those air vents in. Everything else is connected up behind it. I want to going to replace all these with new ones, but I haven't got them at the moment, so I'm going to have to go out and buy some of those. So now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to fit this bit in here or the instruments in there. Okay, so that's in very loosely. I'm not connected at all at the bottom, simply because it's still going to have to come out for soundproofing and carpet. And then I've realised I haven't put this in, so I'm going to give this a clean, and then this goes in along here. So we're going to take that out again and put this in. Okay, so this is just not fixed properly, obviously. I've started connecting wires up, and I want to see what appears to work. Let's try to get you closer. Okay, we'll try like this. So let's start by, now the brake isn't connected up, so we won't get anything there, but we've got a cooling line coming on, which I guess is a good thing. Oh, we've also, the clock is running, so that's good. We've also got a voltmeter coming up. Nice to see. Good. Right, so flashing the beam doesn't show it. Switching it on. Oh, my beam's working again. Look at that. Don't know why. Okay, so we're not seeing the beam light coming on, but I haven't connected some bits at the back, so that might be why. So we've got a left indicator. Good, we've got a right indicator. We've got hazards. That's the fog, I think. but that's not, I mean, obviously I haven't got fog light, so maybe there's no circuit being made, but I'm sure there should be a fog light there. I can't check choke yet because I've not connected it up. Ignition now, so why doesn't the ignition light come on? You'd expect to see something there, wouldn't you? What have we got? I can't read these. So the second one is oil. Yeah, so I'd have expected the top one to come on. Okay, so let's see what we've got at the back here, which isn't connected yet. No, what was it? Beam and fog and ignition. Nothing. Oh, okay, so that one got on the fuel light. Right, so that probably means these bits which I connected up, I've done the wrong way. There we go, beam. Okay, so that's beam and the fuel lights, and we know they both work even if not set up. So just ignition, I don't know. That might need to go up to the alternator and back or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, so okay, good. So I'm not sure if there's anything else I can test on. Oh, fog. Still haven't got fog, but I don't know why those aren't working anyway. Okay, the clock's going again. It had stopped because this fuse, the 50 amp, had blown again. I can't find where the short is for it, but it's somewhere. Anyway, we're coming. Okay, so Chris very kindly, and you'll have seen this, sent me how the fuel delay unit works, and he says so T should be ground. Okay, and if we come here, the ground is a black wire, and my black wire right there has a spade connector, and the T has a spade connector. So that would imply it wasn't connected there. So what else have we got here? We've got a light green and red. See, I wish these things were numbered, but there we go. But we've got the white, green and red, which, why do I think that's power? No, green would be power. So green should go into B, which is the 12 volts. Now I'm going to assume B is here, E is here, L, T. Okay, so the green would come in here. So here's my green, so that would fit on there. Okay, and then L and E are connected up via a delay. Oh, you know how I test this? I should be able to test this by doing it on the bench. Okay, so what we should get when we apply power here is after 5 seconds we should get connectivity across these two, and there it goes. And then when we take the power off, it goes. So I know that's right. Now let's go and measure and see if we've got power coming into any of those cables. and if we can get earth and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I've just been checking connectivity, and the green and orange wire from there connects with one of these, which is actually green and orange. I can't remember which one now. This one by the look of it. So those go to the sender unit on the tank, fuel tank. So I think they must feed in through here. I need to get grommets all over the place, but I think they must feed in through there. So I'm going to go under the car and connect that up. Okay, so I got that low fuel on just by connecting the earth up to this. So what happens is the green wire is providing power through the bulb straight to this, and so to get it to earth, so that we get our potential difference, so the light comes on or whatever, however electrics works, I don't get it. This needs to get earthed, okay? So that happens when this goes down to the sender unit and comes back somehow to say we're going to send you to earth. So this must there must be something in the sender unit where it allows this to get earthed when these two connect up, or something like that. Anyway, I won't claim to really understand. And actually maybe that means, thinking about it, that we want the power coming from the sender unit to say, no, let's not do that, Henry. Assuming I've got my elements the right way round, let's just let's assume I've got them the right way round and put them together like that. So I'm guessing what's happened possibly here with the black is that I've lost a plastic cover for it. Probably got destroyed, which would have held it on there, but that still doesn't allow me to get the others all fitted up properly, but we'll work through that. Right, I think the way this must have been connected up previously is like this, or maybe with the ground and the green and red swapped. So when this is ground, it opens up the connection between those two, which sends this one to earth, which means that the power across the bulb is going to earth, and so the light comes on. Okay, so the question is, why isn't this one earthing currently? And if I just show you, it's because for some reason, is that in? Yeah, I've got some voltage there. Oh, I've got a lot of volts there. I've got a lot of volts there because it's coming directly from this. Thing is, if I take that off, you see, I still have volts there. Which is the bit I'd noticed before. And that's the bit. So I'm thinking there's something wrong at the fuel sender end, because really with it empty, I would have thought this should read naught. Okay, so I'm not 100% certain I've got the fuel sender unit connected up electronically correctly, but I've got the light on, so the question is, if we put fuel in, will it go off? And that I don't know at the moment. Right, we're going to call it at that. It's not all installed, so all of this at the bottom I've just put in. I need to fabricate some sort of lock-in mechanism for the glove compartment. And this is all in very loosely, and that's because obviously the floor is all going to be soundproofed and carpeted. And so there are probably 1 or 2 screws here or there which aren't in yet. But since I want to go around and change those anyway and put in new ones, because these rusty old things don't look great, but I'll buy those. But yeah, pretty happy with that. And we'll go from here. So yeah. Right, so that's it for this episode. I feel like good progress there. I hope I haven't mucked anything up too badly. And see you next time.